Shares of Apple slightly higher today. The stock has fallen for 3 days straight. CEO Tim Cook talked to NPR, commenting on the China trade negotiations. He said, quote, "Both sides are talking, and I always think that is always essential. The essential thing to reaching an agreement. It's in both parties' best interest to come together." Cook also attributed slower sales in China in part to the devaluation of the yuan. Quote, "Because the local currency devalued over the course of the year, our prices did go up there, more so than did in regions that are U.S. dollar denominated." As for the strategy of pricing phones lower in China, he said, "We'll see how that works out for us."
Right. I mean, look, I don't know. People, when I spoke with Tim at the time of the last quarter, look, he's incredibly candid about things. Look, he said there's the patriotism trade, which is Huawei. There's the strong dollar, which makes them certainly not less competitive. There's a slowdown in China. He was the guy who put out all this, but he did say January was better worldwide. I think that Tim, I was into Apple yesterday saying, you got this big VA contract for the watch. You don't even tell the story the way it should be. They are triangulating America to try to cut health costs. But they have so many things going, and all the narrative's entirely controlled by China. There are so many good things that they're doing about the service revenue stream. It doesn't matter.
When your unit sales are down 20% in your second largest market, it's going to get investors' attention. And that is far more about a loss of market share than it is simply a lack of buying.
With these reports that iPhone's down 19 in China, stock didn't really move on that.
Because I think a lot of that was the third, that was that fourth quarter again. That was before the pre-announcement. Look, there's no denying it. The stock can't go up if China's bad. I am saying if you think a little, you think up to 2021, if they did service revenue stream, if they bought an Epic, if they bought a Dexcom, if they developed healthcare in a way that I think that Google may be, or Amazon with J.P. Morgan and Buffett, you'll be able to charge $15 a month for on your watch, and they've got to do that because if it's just going to be constantly about units, it's a non-starter. People don't want to know anything other than up units.
Well, that's why they got rid of giving you all the information, right?
Well,
in terms of the guidance.
Oh, so you just think that was just to slag the street? Huh?
No.
How about the fact that they were trying to make it so that you thought about something else?
Well, you focus on other things. But we've talked a lot about the service revenue and the stream.
Well, I'm not done talking about it. I'm not done talking about it.
There are those who are focused on that. Meanwhile, you know what? The stock's up basically the same as the market for this year.
Yeah,
it's trailing by 60 basis points.
Down from 230 to 142, and I had Tim on at 147. Tim, but I would like sure. I had him on at 140. TC at 149. It goes up to 170. Why? Because he said it's not over. It isn't over. It's not over.
Not until you say it's over.
Thank you. But it's interesting. See, there's no Nike competitor, so the Ministry of Fitness. What Ministry of Fitness? How's your Ministry of Fitness doing? Ministry of Fitness is aligned with Nike, but there is no Ministry of Apple. They've got to. This is important. But I just don't want to dwell on it forever because I think that if they were to start telling, like the VA contract was gigantic. Did anyone even talk about it besides me?
No.
I was the only person who talked about 9 million people from the VA. I mean, how can this be? How about the doctors they've been hiring very sotto voce? Healthy returns. I'm trying to get those for that.
Told you. He said at your last interview that in 30 years, we'll look back on Apple as a health legacy, not a
Of course, I'm trying to
social media legacy.
I'm trying to make it 30 days, but that's not going to appease you.
No,
it's not. No. How about a Molson Coors? If you drank like 50 million gap,
would that help?
No.
Which still wouldn't help.
I mean, that was one of the, just in terms of releases that were bad. Like, it wasn't bad enough that the numbers were horrible, but they also had to restate 2016 and 2017.